Hello guys. In this video, I'm going to show you a spectacular chess game that will leave you speechless. It's one of the most incredible games in the history of chess. This game is known as the game of the century, and it was played between Donald Byrne and a 13-year-old boy named Robert James Fischer, better known as Bobby Fischer. Okay, without further ado, let's see the game. Donald Byrne has white pieces and Bobby Fischer has black pieces. This starts with knight f3, the ready opening. Knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, d4, castle kingside, bishop f4, d5. We have the Grünfeld defense by transposition, queen b3. And now we have the well-known Russian variation in the Grünfeld defense, whose idea is to put pressure on the central d5 pawn and also on the b7 pawn. D takes c4. Queen takes c4, attacking the c7 pawn. c6, e4, knight bd7, with the intention of driving the knight to b6, kicking the white queen. However, more common today is to play b5, queen b3, queen a5, pinning the knight and threatening knight takes e4, bishop d3, bishop e6, attacking the queen, queen c2, knight a6, followed by knight b4, etc., all of which gives black good chances. Okay, back to the game. As I said, knight bd7 was played by black. Rook d1. Nowadays, it's more common to see bishop e2, knight b6, queen d3, bishop g4, rook d1, followed by castle kingside, and white is okay. Alright, let's get back to our game. I said rook d1 was played by Byrne. Knight b6, attacking the queen. Queen c5, a very active and courageous retreat. Bishop g4. Bishop g5. This is a mistake. Why? Well, because white is retarding his development. Furthermore, this mistake will provide fantastic opportunities for tactical complications, all of which are favorable to black, of course. For all the above, preferable was bishop e2, followed by castle kingside, and in case of knight fd7 attacking the queen, then queen a3, bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, e5, d takes e5, rook e8, castle kingside, and while black will win back the pawn, white enjoys a healthy and harmonious position. Okay, back to the real game. Bishop g5 was played by Byrne, and now knight a4. Brilliant move. Queen a3, probably the best move in this miserable position. On knight takes a4 this is worse, because knight takes e4, attacking the bishop and the queen too. Now bishop takes e7 would be the most decent option. Queen c7, keeping the attack on the queen and the bishop. Bishop takes f8. There is nothing better than this. Queen a3 leads to disaster after rook fe8. Bishop h4. Bishop takes f3. G takes f3. Knight g3 check, with material gain for black. Back to the main variation. Bishop takes f8. Knight takes c5. Bishop takes c5. b6. Bishop a3. b5. Knight c3. Queen a5. Threatening b4, forking knight and bishop. Bishop c5. Rook e8 check. Bishop e2. b4. Knight b1. Queen a6. Threatening mate on e2. And of course rook d2 doesn't work due to bishop h6, and white should resign. Back to the game. As I said, queen a3 was played by white. Knight takes c3. Good move. At first glance, one might think that this move only helps white create a stronger pawn center. However, Fischer's plan is quite the opposite. By eliminating the knight on c3, it becomes possible to sacrifice the exchange via knight takes e4 and smash white's center, while the king remains trapped in the center. B takes c3. Knight takes e4. The natural continuation of black's plan. Bishop takes e7. Queen b6. Bishop c4. In case of bishop takes f8, then bishop takes f8. Queen b3. Knight takes c3. Queen takes b6. In case of queen takes c3, this is met by bishop b4, and white loses the queen. Back to the main variation. As I said, queen takes b6. Pawn takes b6, attacking the a2 pawn. Rook a1, bishop b4, bishop d3, knight takes a2 check, king f1, bishop c3, rook d1, knight b4, bishop e2, b5, and black would be winning thanks to having 2 pawns and more active pieces. On the other hand, we see that the white king is stuck in the center. Okay, back to the game. As I said, bishop c4 was played by Byrne. Fischer knight takes c3, bishop c5, rook fe8 check, king f1, and now an impressive move. Can you see it? That move is bishop e6, a spectacular queen sacrifice. Fischer offers his queen in exchange for a fierce attack with his minor pieces. Declining this offer is not so easy, and for this reason, Byrne accepts the challenge and plays bishop takes b6. If bishop takes e6, then queen b5 check, and this leads to a Philidor mate after king g1, knight e2 check, king f1, knight g3 check, king g1, queen f1 check. Rook takes f1 and knight e2, checkmate. Beautiful. Another option would be queen takes c3, but this is worse because queen takes c5. D takes c5 and bishop takes c3, and black has an extra pawn, more active pieces, and a better position. Okay, back to the real game, where Byrne played bishop takes b6, Fischer bishop takes e4, check, king g1, knight e2 check, king f1, knight takes d4, check. This tactical scenario, where a king is repeatedly exposed to checks, is sometimes called a windmill. King g1, knight e2 check, king f1, knight c3 check, king g1, pawn takes b6, discovered attack on the queen, queen b4, rook a4, queen takes b6, knight takes d1, h3. The white king wants to run away for h2. Rook takes a2, king h2, knight takes f2, rook e1, rook takes e1, queen d8 check, bishop f8, knight takes e1, bishop d5, knight f3, knight e4, queen b8, b5. Every piece and pawn of the black camp is defended. The white queen has nothing to do. h4, h5, knight e5, king g7, unpinning the bishop, and this will be the last piece to join the attack. King g1, bishop c5 check, king f1, knight g3 check, and in this way, Fischer has created the mating net. King e1, bishop e4, check, king d1, bishop b3 check, king c1, knight e2 check, king b1, knight c3 check, king c1, and rook c2, checkmate. If you wish, stand up and applaud this masterpiece. An excellent victory by Fischer, who played with a level of precision very close to that of today's strongest and most powerful chess engines. For that reason, it is known as one of the most memorable games in the history of chess. Do you agree? I hope you enjoyed the game and my analysis. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.